Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations. And I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. When you hop on this evening, or whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, make sure you say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I see that Renee has hopped on. Welcome. I hope you've had a great Monday. Also want to let you know that I am streaming using an online platform called StreamYard. And I forgot to pull up my cute little. So this is Puddles. He's the StreamYard mascot. So he's flying in to say Merry Christmas. But I am using an online platform. It is StreamYard. So it allows me to go live in 3 places this evening. So I'm live on my Facebook business page, Robin's Egg Blue Creations. I'm live in my private Facebook group, the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab. And I'm also live on my YouTube channel, which is also Robin's Egg Blue Creations. So I say all that to let you know that if you happen to hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform, and I didn't want you to be confused. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group during the live, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard permission to access your profile name, that way your comment shows up underneath your name and not Facebook user in my comments, and I know exactly who to say hi to. I see that Jason has joined. He's actually on the other side of the door watching. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are using Chalk Couture products this evening, and I'm going to be designing on this cute little glass container. It was actually a Halloween item from Joann's, but we're going to make it Christmassy. And in fact, because of the wonder of Chalk Couture, I can actually redesign this for different holidays, different seasons, because Chalk Couture paste wipes off of glass, and I can redesign this on this whenever I feel like it. Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing? I hope you're feeling good this evening. Welcome to my live. So with that, we will go ahead and get started. I'll pull my cart over a little closer. So this is a reusable silkscreen transfer from Chalk Couture, and actually, let's do it this way. So this is a size A Chalk Couture reusable transfer. It is sticky back, and wherever you see the white right now is where there's a silkscreen material. So if you've ever cut a vinyl decal on, say, a Cricut or a Silhouette machine, you have to weed out all these little pieces. You have to weed out your dot to your eye. And I do cut vinyl decals, and I'm forever and always losing either the dot to my eye or even some of these little pieces if I were to try to weed this out on vinyl. So the nice thing about silkscreen transfers is it keeps all that together. So all of those pieces are interwoven and interconnected, so I won't lose any of the small detail pieces like I would in a vinyl decal. Cheryl says, I'm doing good, feeling better today. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad that you're feeling better. Because these transfers are reusable, I'm going to write the name of the transfer on the back so that when I go to wash this transfer, say I'm washing multiple size A transfers, or I have transfers that are similar in size, then I know that this reindeer crossing transfer goes on this backer sheet, and that this is the back of the backer sheet, because there is a kind of a shiny side. I don't know if there you can get some of so the sticky part goes on the shiny side. The matte side is the back. So I'm done with that. And I'm going to, this glass piece actually comes out of the base. And actually I thought it had a bottom, but it doesn't, which isn't a big deal. What I do when I do most of my vinyl decals on glass, I usually rub it down with alcohol That helps get a lot of the oils, because, people touch this in the store. I've been touching this, so there's a lot of oil. There's probably some lint. There may even be some dirt. So the rubbing alcohol helps get a lot of that off, especially those oils. So that way vinyl decals or even chalk paste can stick better. And I'm just going to take, actually, let's pull my microfiber cloth in so then I won't put any lint back on it. Hey, Amanda. I hope you're feeling better too. Welcome. Okay, so I've just rubbed it down with alcohol. Actually, let's see if that's on the inside. The inside doesn't matter, but I can see a weird smudge, so I'm just making sure that that's not on the outside and that I don't need to go over that area again. This is also a good way to get pricing stickers off. I usually heat it up with a hairdryer. Renee asks, how long is the shelf life on a jar of paste? Good question. If it is unopened, the shelf life is a year. If it's unopened, it's 6 months, and that's from the company. However, some of the chalk paste that are behind me are my original jars that I have had for 4 years. I've had a lot of them for at least 2 years. As long as you take care of them, they should be okay. And the paste was reformulated about 6 months ago. I don't know if I have any. Yeah. So like this is the old formula and then this one is a new formula because of this teal tag. The new formula is a lot more creamy. It's not supposed to harden like some of the older pastes do. Let me see if I can get you a good example. That's not. Let's see if I can find you a good one that's all nice and dried out. Let's see. This will work. Okay. No, that's not a new one. Okay, these will work. Okay, so this is an old curry, and I've had it for several years, but you can see how it's kind of clumpy, kind of dry. I'm going to need to add water to it. So that's the old formula. And then this jade is the new formula. And it's a lot creamier. The camera does pick it up. It's a lot creamier. It's not supposed to freeze like in shipping. And it also will not dry, and I won't have to add water to it like I do the curry. It's pretty gummy and thick. And I don't know if you can see how it's dried on the side of my, come on, focus. There you go. It's kind of drying on the side of the jar. The new formulas won't do that as bad. But 6 months, well, short answer, but my long story. The company guarantees them for 6 months, opened, 1 year not opened. Sorry, that was a long explanation for a very simple question, but welcome to my world. Okay, so because I'm working on glass, I'm going to fuzz this transfer a lot. And what I'm doing is just laying it down on a terry cloth towel, and I'm going to pick up, so my transfer is going to pick up a lot of the lint that is on this towel. These transfers really like to stick to glass. They really like to stick to metal. So we're going to do a lot of fuzzing, because you will see, even though I have fuzzed this a lot and there's quite a bit of lint, it will still stick. Okay, and I want to do one other thing, another tip. I'm going to put it just so I have the spacing right. I'm just going to take some washi tape, or you can use the Chalk Couture placement tape. I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm just going to put it, oh, I can't see it. I'm going to have to tip it up. I can't. I'm having a hard time. So I'm just going to put it kind of on the top. Yep, that's pretty good. So it's at the top of this base. And then I'm going to take another piece of tape and put it right below that. And then I'll peel the top one off. And so this bottom piece of tape will be where my base, so I can't go below the top of this new piece of tape. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be in the general vicinity. Okay. You're getting all sorts of tips this evening. Okay, so let's lay this down. Pull it towards me. Another tip is if you want to find the center of your transfer, I don't necessarily match up the edges of the transfer, but I match up the edge of the design. So I'm putting the deer tail right here and the edge of this G. I'm going to line those up roughly. And then I'm going to pinch it up here in the top. So that kind of gives me my center point. I don't know if you can see that little crease I just put in there. So that kind of gives me a rough center. And then, okay, so I've got a little bit of room. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to use as much as I can. It's going to be a little difficult because this is a round container. Maybe a little bit of buckling in my transfer. But I'm going to use the top edge to kind of determine if I'm somewhat level, which I am. So then I'm just going to go along the design and I'm going to burnish it to make sure it's down. Because I do not want it to, my paste to seep under the transfer. So did y'all have a good weekend this weekend? Did you do anything fun? Did you do anything Christmassy? Okay, I think that's good. Okay. So I'm going to be using mostly shimmers. So I've got shimmer olive, shimmer crimson, shimmer frost, shimmer shadow, and shimmer copper. And I did forget to put these two in my cart link in the description of the video, but you can always add those if that's something that you are interested in. I think I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to do the deer in this copper, and then I think I'm going to do reindeer in crimson, crossing in black, and then, yeah, I don't know if I want to, okay, you guys can help me. My original thought was copper, shimmer crimson, crossing in olive, and then I could do all of these little sparkles and accents in white. Amanda says I never got out of my pajamas the entire weekend. Sometimes those are the best weekends to have, but I hate that you may have felt bad and that's why you didn't. Cheryl says she had a quiet weekend. We had a pretty good weekend. I had a vendor event Saturday night and that went well. And then yesterday we just kind of vegged out and then we went over to my father-in-law's and ate dinner and hung out with him. Okay, so do you guys think I should do crossing in black or in olive? So copper, crimson, white. And so then my question is, should we do crossing in black or in olive? And let's line all these up and see. And we'll do it this way. You can kind of see what they look like together. So you think I should do crossing in olive or black? Okay, so while you guys are deciding that, I'm going to go ahead and do the deer in copper. Renee says olive. Okay, so the I don't know if you've seen the shimmers before, but they have glitter in them, so they're kind of a contained glitter. It's not loose glitter, so it gives you the look of glitter without the mess of glitter. So I'm just dipping my squeegee in the chalk paste, and I'm just going to drag it down. That's not wanting to stick at all. The silkscreen area. That's weird. Part of it doesn't want to stick. So we have 1 vote for olive. I'm just going across the silkscreen area. I'm going to have to put that on a little heavy there because it's not wanting to go through. It's not wanting to stick to the glass. I've never had that happen before. So I'm just going to try to keep coating it. Remember, these shimmer pastes dry slower, so I do have a little bit more work time, but I don't want to dawdle too much. It looks better. Okay, so I'm just putting the excess that I have back in my jar. So we have 1 vote for olive. Anybody else have a vote? So what I'm doing right now is just peeling the deer away from itself because I don't want that chalk paste to dry in the silkscreen. So I'm just going to dry this portion. Okay, I think that's dry. So I'm just going to lay it back down. I'm not going to burnish it where the deer is, but I do want to get these 3 little pieces, and then I'm going to burnish my letters back down. Okay, so, thanks, Renee. So I'm done with those 2. I think we'll do crimson and olive for the words. And if you've been around for a little bit, typically, I just want to point something out. Typically, the ink containers have white lids and the paste containers have black lids. But because of logistics issues, and some supply issues. Now they just come in random lids. So some of my chalk paste has a white lid, but it does have a black label. But most of the inks usually have a white lid and a white label. And the pastes have a black lid and a black label. I've even gotten some jars. There for a bit, we had 4-ounce jars, but still had 3 ounces of paste. But you can see it's slightly bigger. So you gotta love the pandemic. Okay, sorry, that was a side tangent, but I didn't want anybody to be confused if you saw me using something with a white lid thinking that it was ink, but it is paste. Okay, so I'm going to turn this upside down and I'm going to go away from the word crossing because I'm going to do Reindeer in Shimmer Crimson. So I'm just going to drag it down the silkscreen area. And you could use ink on glass if you wanted to make it permanent by heat setting it. But I don't in this case. I want to be able to redesign on it. So I'm using paste. But like you could use the ink for wine glasses, beer steins, just everyday glassware. You can also etch on glass using the same exact transfers, but you would just use an etching cream. It doesn't harm the transfers at all. So that's another way to utilize the transfers. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that up. Try to pull it in the middle. Oh, I didn't mean to pull it all the way off, which isn't a terrible deal because it's not like I have to line anything up. Okay, so let's dry that. When you heat set glass, you put it in a, well, first you should probably let your ink dry for at least 24 hours. And then you put your glass items in a cold oven or even a toaster oven. But it needs to be cold. And then you preheat your oven to, I believe, 350. And then you bake it for 30 minutes after it comes to heat. And then you leave it in the oven until the oven and the glass is completely cool. So I would actually bake it at night and then leave it overnight in your oven or toaster oven to let it completely cool down. I honestly haven't tried it, but quite a few designers have. But the key is putting it in when the oven is completely cool, and then leaving it in there until the oven and the glass is completely cool. But I'll need to double check on the exact temp, but I believe it's 350. And then 30 minutes, and then completely cool before and after. Okay, so let's do the olive. Oops. Okay. Well, I kind of got it off, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm, again, just adding the olive to the word crossing, making sure not to get into the red or the crimson. Ooh, having a hot flash, y'all. So in the comments, if you're watching the live or the replay, tell me what your favorite Christmas carol is. I think mine is Mary, Did You Know? But it's closely followed by Oh Holy Night. I don't know why I still have that thing on there. Since these little sparkles are quick and easy, I'm just going to do them really quick, and then I can pull it off all at once. And the shimmer pastes do take a little bit longer to dry, so I do have a little bit of extra work time. Jason says, Oh Holy Night, which, yeah, that's kind of pretty close up there. But I think I like Mary, Did You Know better. I also like Breath of Heaven, but it's not a traditional one. Renee says Silent Night. That one is very pretty. Okay, so let's peel this off and see what we have. I'm just going to let that sit in my water for just a bit while we get this dry. Okay. Thank you, Renee. Let's see if I can get this off. Okay. So let's move all this out of the way. And we'll set this, I'm going to set it backwards over here because we're going to wash our transfer real quick. I like to just show you how easy it is to wash your transfers. And I really like just making sure that they get done as soon as I'm done with them. So I've got it in a little, just a little pan of water. I've used a plastic tub. I can use this little pan if it's a small transfer, or I can use my utility sink or even my kitchen sink. I'm just kind of scrubbing it on the bottom. It's face down right now, trying to loosen up some of that paste. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to get my board eraser wet. So these not only clean your boards, but you can use them to clean your transfers. And then I'm just going to rub it down across the transfer. And the shimmer paste will leave a little bit of glitter residue, but it's just little sparkles. It's not loose. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just kind of a permanent reminder that you used a shimmer paste. See, and I'm glad I turned that backwards because I've already splattered water. Okay, so now I'm going to take it out of the water. Put that away because I will dump it. And then I'm just going to do the same thing just to get the rest of the paste off. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to get out a disinfecting wipe. And I have an off-brand. And this will help take off a lot of that lint that we put on with the towel. and it will help get off some more of that glittery paste. And now I have to figure out what I did with my backer sheet. Oh, there it is. So you can dry your transfer once it's clean. You can dry it sticky side up for about 5 or 10 minutes. But I have a tendency to forget. In fact, I left a gnome out overnight the other night. So I like to just put them right back on the backer sheet and let them continue to dry. And so this one, once it's dry, is ready to store. And one of these nights I'll have to show you how I store my transfers if you're interested. So if you are interested, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to dry off my mat. So let's stick this back in here. So this is what it looks like. Actually, I was going to, here, this might work. Let's put this. It might be a little distracting. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can see it a lot better. So there's what it looks like. Can't see the white sparkles, but so that's what that looks like. So, of course, we have to add some embellishing, and it's going to be the same embellishments that I use all the time. Can you hear it? My rusty jingle bells. I may try to add a pine cone. I have some evergreen here. And of course, my jute. Let's get my scissors out. Crooked. Okay, so I'm just going to tie. I'm going to actually, let's use a bigger piece. Because this slips down, it slips all the way to the bottom, and I don't really want that. I'm going to actually try to wrap it around a few times to see if I can create a stop point. That may not work. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. We'll just pretend this is another tail. I don't think this will. Let's see if this kind of keeps it from going anywhere. Okay, so now I can use this little piece. So now I'm just going to tie. This is just to connect everything together. So I'm just tying it in a knot. Actually, I'm going to take this out for now. And then actually, we'll just put it there. Okay, so now I'm going to use my big twine and I'm going to make my little bow. So I have my little tail here, and then I'm going to I have 2 loops. So then I'm going to make another left loop, a right loop, a left loop, a right loop, a left loop, and a right loop, and then I have my left tail. Ooh, I may not have made that big enough. I didn't. So I may have to use the bigger piece. I'll just use this piece. I'll cut off the excess. Amanda says, sorry, I had to do bedtime. What will you be putting in it or using it for? Just decoration. Like I have some ornaments down that I was going to put in it, just to kind of give you an example. You could put pine cones in it. It'd be really cute with an LED candle inside of it. What else? You could put, pine cones, those little, I don't know if they still make those. I don't even know what they are, but those twine ball type things. I don't know how to explain them. But yeah, you can put whatever you want in it. I think it'd be really cute with an LED candle in it. I'm sorry you missed vendor bingo too. We won't have another one until the first Saturday in February. But it was very well attended. It was actually the biggest attendance that we've ever had. So, and all the proceeds are going to the Ashby House here in Salina. It's a local women's shelter for a women's shelter to help them buy towels that are much needed. So I'm anxious to see how much was raised. Well, I kind of forgot about these. Maybe you can just wedge it in between the belts. And again. Okay, so let's put our thing back in. This would be pretty even with just pine cones, and like some fairy lights would be really pretty inside of there. Okay, so let me fix my view here so I can kind of show you. So here, let's get my piece of paper back in there. It's kind of high tech here, but I wanted you to see. So there is what we have. You can kind of see it. I probably shouldn't have used shimmers. The regular paste would have shown up a little better, and I can always wash it off and redo it. But the fun thing is when I'm done with this, then I can take the design off and put a winter design on. I could do Valentine's Day, which I have a sneak peek of the winter warm-up that launches on Thursday. So there'll be some new Valentine's Day products, which I can kind of show you a little sneak peek now. It would look really pretty with an LED candle in it. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Renee. Okay, so So I was talking about the winter warm-up. I do have a link to the catalog, to the mini holiday suite in my crafty group. I believe it's in the guide. So browse through that, but this is just a little sneak peek. On the right side, you'll see the cover of the catalog. On the left side is actually one of the kits that's available. So it's kind of a dual season kit. On one side, you can do a Valentine's Day theme, and it's a block set. On the other side, you can do a general welcome home motif. So that launches on December 9th. There's some super cute Valentine's Day transfers in there. I'm so excited. And then just a reminder, I haven't used this yet. I just got it the other day. So I think my Wednesday project will be this transfer. So this is Good Things Are Going to Happen. It's the exclusive B-size transfer that's in this month's Club Couture kit. The only way that you can get this kit is to be a Club Couture member or be a designer. It's $19.99 a month, and you get 3 paste singles as a club member with this exclusive transfer. This month's colors are Couture Teal, Eucalyptus, and Peachy Keen. You do get free shipping with this club kit. It is a 3-month minimum commitment to join, but after 3 months, you're welcome to cancel at any time. And also, as a club member, you get $4.95 flat rate shipping on any additional chalk site order, which is fantastic. Also, the new Winter 2021 kit launched on December 1st. So it has seasonally appropriate holiday transfers as well as everyday transfers in it as well. So thanks for watching me create this evening. Actually, it shows up a little better without the paper. White paper kind of muted the colors, but I actually like that better. So I don't think I will redesign it. So there you go. So I will be live again on Wednesday at 7:45 Central. I think I may be tweaking my schedule a bit. I may be going live earlier on Fridays so that my Friday evenings are free to do date nights, hang out with the family, things like that. So I'm kind of thinking about that. So just be looking out for that. Also, I will not be live on Saturday. We are traveling out of town for my family's Christmas. So it will just be Wednesday and Friday this week. So I'm glad that you were able to join me this evening. Thanks for all of your support. And I will see you on Wednesday. Have a great evening and a great week. Thanks.